Hi there. So here's a quick video. It's going to be 4 examples of converting between units. This is something you're going to be doing over and over and over again. Um, so just want to give you a couple of examples. You can find a ton more videos with examples, and I think I listed a video a little bit after this that has some more explanations, and you'll see it done different ways. Anyway, so let's look at it. So this one says, how many inches are there in 45.6 centimeters? And then they give me a conversion factor, 2.54 to 1 inch. And so all we're going to do is we're going to set up ratios. Or it derives from ratios. This is the short way of doing it. So what I can do, it doesn't matter where you start, but essentially I want to know how many inches. So I need to get to inches from centimeters. So I always start with what they give me. So 45.6 centimeters. And then we're going to multiply that by some factor. Now, the thing is that we always want these units here from the top to the bottom, those need to be the same. So down here, I need to have centimeters. And then if I can, I want to go straight into what I want, inches. And luckily I can. I have centimeters and inches. I have a relationship there. So I know that there's 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. So this isn't always going to be the case. Sometimes we'll have to do multiple, and we'll see some examples like that. But the idea here is now that these cancel. So these units cancel, and I'm left with just units of inches. So I know that my answer when I multiply out is going to be in inches. So what I get is I get 45.6 times 1 divided by 2.54. So it'd be 45.6 divided by 2.54 inches. Let me grab my calculator to do that real quick. 45.6 divided by 2.54, and that would be 17.95. However, so it'd be 17.952 is what I'm getting, 9528. But we have to keep in mind sig fig. So this one was only given in 1. This one has 2, so we're going to keep 1. So I need to go to one place. So that would be 18, because I would round to 0, and then that one up to 18. So 18.0 inches. So there's our first example. Let's do another one. Now this one's going to be based on the units. Sorry, my telephone's ringing in my house. So you're going to need to know your units. There's or your prefixes. There's another video after this which goes into that. I'm not going to spend any time doing it. You can look this up. It's not that hard. Centi, kilo, nano. You need to know the most common ones. So we're going to be going from centimeters to kilometers or kilometers. So centi means the centi, century, centavos, percent. It means 100. So there's 100 of something. Kilo is 1,000. Kilo is 1,000. And it really helps if you just understand the prefix, and then you don't have to worry about, I don't know, it just makes it easy if you get to the root of it. So what we want to know is we want to go to centimeters, and we're starting in kilometers. So we'll start with kilometers. So we got 1.23 times 10 to the negative 6 kilometers. So then I write my first ratio, and I have to have kilometers on the bottom, and I want something on top. Now, I could probably go from kilometers to centimeters, but I don't know. A centimeter, there's 100 centimeters in a meter. There's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. So I'm going to use an intermediate conversion, and I'm going to go from kilometers into meters. So I know that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So I'm going to have this intermediate step. I'm going from kilometers to meters, because these two will then cancel out, and I have meters. So now I just need to go from meters into centimeters. So I'm going to use another ratio. And again, my unit from the top goes on the bottom. And then I'm going to be able to go straight from meters into centimeters because there's 100 centimeters in a meter. So I'll have centimeters on top. So I know that 1 meter has 100 centimeters. The meters cancel, and I'm left with centimeters, which is what I want. How many centimeters? So now I can just do the multiplication and division. Although notice on the bottom, the denominator is 1 times 1 is 1. So all it is all this stuff up on top. So I have 1.23 times 10 to the 6 times 1,000 times 100. And the units would be in centimeters. So I'm not going to calculate it. You could put that in your calculator and figure out what it is. Next, how many hours are there in 34.5 years? So I want to go from years to hours. So offhand, I don't know how many hours are in a year. I don't know how many, so maybe we'll need some intermediate steps. Maybe to days, and then to years, or days to weeks to years. So let's just start. So we have 34.5 years. I'm going to put years, okay? And then on the bottom, I need to put years. And then I need to know, so I need something. I need how many, something, how many of something are in a year. And hours I can't use, but I know that there's days. I know the number of days in a year. So in 1 year, there are 365.25. If you don't know this part, that's okay. If you use 365, that would be fine. This 0.25 though is accurate. That's why we get a leap year. Every 4 years, you add up 0.25 4 times, you get 1. So we get a leap year, 365. Okay, so years are gone, I'm into days. So I'm closer to hours. So again, we'll put a ratio down here. And 1, remember my unit from the top goes on the bottom. 1 day has 24 hours. Oh, nice, so we're done. 24 hours. Days cancel, and there I go. 34.5 times 365.25 times 24, that would give me the number of hours in 34.5 years. So again, I'm not going to calculate it. So last one. Oh wait, this one has 2, so we'll knock out both of these. You can see there's 1 here. Sorry, I put these together. And then we'll do this other one. How many inches are there in 355 millimeters? So we need to know how many inches in a centimeter. I think we had that previously. So we know that there's 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. We're going to use that. 2.54 in 1 inch. 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. Okay, so let's start with the 355 millimeters. Times millimeters goes on the bottom. And milli means 1,000. So milli is 1,000. But it's 1,000 down. It's 10 to the negative 3. So we know that there's 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. Yeah, I'll just go to meters and then we'll go to centimeters. Millimeters cancel out. So times 1 meter. And then I want to go to centimeters. And there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. The meters cancel. Times, put centimeters on the bottom. And we want to go into inches because it's how many inches. So inches would go on top. And we know 2.54 centimeters and 1 inch. Centimeters cancel, and the only units left are inches. So I would just multiply across. So 355 times 100 divided by multiply the bottom, 1000 times 2.54. And that would be in inches. So whatever that is. So that was, we'll call it part A. So part B, how many millimeters are in a cubic meter? Okay, so this one's gonna be a little different because now we got a cubic meter, and that's different. That's m cubed. So let's look at this. So we have a cubic meter, and we want to go to milliliters. So we'll start with the cubic meter. 1 cubic meter. 1 meter cubed. Okay, and this matters, these cubes. So, for this one it's really not, because we know that there's 1,000 liters in one cubic meter. So cubic meter is 1,000 liters. Cubic meters cancel. But we want to go to milliliters. So on the bottom I'll put liters. 1 liter, milli is 1,000. Milliliters. Liters cancel, and then we just multiply 1,000 times 1,000. So that's it, that's unit conversion. There's another video, and again, you can find plenty of practice with this. If you have any questions, though, just stop by after school or bring it up in class. We'll go over it. It's really not all that difficult.